I'm sorry. I just love my country, and I fear for it.
Republicant. Hello YouTube, Stephen here, Republicant episode 3. Today we are looking at Glenn Beck. Enough said. Specifically the clip where he was on Fox and Friends and he called Obama a racist, which in itself is kind of funny, but I'm going to break it down anyway. They're talking about the Gates-Crowley incident where Obama said the police acted stupidly. Pretty sure you guys remember that story. But Gates, Crowley, and Obama were going to get together at the White House and have a beer and discuss what happened. So it's a little lead in to what's going on, so you know what's going on in the clip. Redundancy. Let's play.
There he is.
How's your bicep, Glenn? Come on over.
Not good. This one's pudding. This one's kind of that Jello stuff that's on the top of Spam.
What about you?
How are you?
Well, you better get that ready because to do this because on Thursday night, 6 o'clock at the White House, they're going to have a beer fest.
A beer fest. That is just about as blown out of proportion as you could possibly make that. They're getting together to discuss what happened and have a beer with it, which is awesome, because that's called solving your problems. If you want to see a beer fest, this is a beer fest. Yes, they're actually playing beer pong in their studio as they're talking about the dangers of spreading germs via beer pong, which is kind of funny, because they're playing beer pong. He's trying to justify his actions, too. That's awesome.
And you survived, too, because you told me you played quarters just to be...
He's justifying his actions with the beer pong and stuff, and they're saying that Obama's having a beer fest because he's having a few buddies come over so they can discuss what happened and get everything cleared up. Solving problems, that's a good thing, but Fox likes to exploit everything.
And you're playing beer pong. Do not reuse cups. Do not share cups.
Okay, let's keep watching the clip.
Is unbelievable.
Why?
That is why?
Yeah, why?
For a teaching lesson, some sort of a who needs to learn what here?
He completely just leaves that unexplained. Like, you may think he explained it, but he didn't. That's called Glenn Beck logic. He really doesn't explain that last, statement. So he's basically calling Obama stupid and leaving it on the table. Just because he can do that. It's just name calling. It's Glenn Beck.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is.
Yep, he just said it, which is kind of funny because his mom is white, most of his cabinet is white, and he says white culture. There's no such thing as a white culture. There's a Scottish culture, there's a British culture, there's a Swedish culture. There's no such thing as a white culture. So basically Glenn Beck is just towering up arguments against Obama that don't make any sense, but his fans just eat it up because they don't need reason or logic, because apparently that's a liberal elitist flaw.
But you can't sit in a pew with Jeremiah Wright for 20 years and not hear some of that stuff and not have it wash over. What kind of president of the United States immediately jumps on the police, just like what kind of president would ever say, oh, well, he's black. Of course he was breaking into the house.
That's because Obama knew Gates personally, and he probably knew that Gates was a good guy that wouldn't break into his own house in the middle of the night. So, Beck, if it was one of your daughters that got arrested for trying to break into her own house in the middle of the night, you would crucify the police force, saying that, it's Obama's fault for some reason. You tie it in there somehow. You're a clever guy. You'd figure something out.
You'd never do that. You'd never do that. He wanted to address this. Now they're going to have a beer? That's obscene.
That's obscene. What's funny is there's nothing obscene about having a beer and talking about your problems with your friends, like trying to sort things out. That's as American as it gets. But, since it's Obama doing it, it's all of a sudden become a socialist, evil, obscene thing. It's Glenn Beck. What do you expect? Come on, let's keep watching this.
It seems weird to me that he wanted to perpetuate the story. What's even more interesting, though, is that reports are coming out that he actually wanted that question.
Yeah, he did.
The night. So he thought through potentially the words that he was going to use, which is a different story than just doing it off the cuff.
He doesn't want to perpetuate it at all. Fox wants to perpetuate it because it gives them more fake ammunition for the reasons. Obama has nothing to gain from perpetuating this. Fox has everything to gain, more viewers against Obama because their viewers are retarded, and Obama doesn't want to perpetuate it. You do, and I would be surprised if you wouldn't admit it.
Well, I guess because you can learn something from somebody just off the cuff, but I guess you don't really. I don't think you learn anything new from Barack Obama off the cuff or planned.
That's because you will never listen to Obama. You have never listened to Obama. You will never give a chance, and you never have given him a chance. You're Glenn Beck. You're going to stay the stubborn jerk that you are, and just go against everything Obama says just for the sake of it, because you can. I have not seen you side with one thing Obama has said, and that is just being childish.
This guy has a social justice. He is going to set all of the wrongs of the past right.
That is such an unbelievable argument. That's such an accusation, and he's just throwing it out there like it's nothing, you know? That's a huge thing to accuse someone of. Not only is it fake, too, it's just a stupid name-calling. Oh, God, Glenn Beck, you annoy me a lot.
But listen, you can't say he doesn't like white people. David Axelrod's white. Rahm Emanuel's his chief of staff are white. I think 70% of the people that we see every day are white. Robert Gibbs is white.
Thank you, Christ. Finally, somebody with a little bit of common sense on Fox and Friends. I'm sorry I made fun of you earlier talking about you trying to justify your drinking, but still, thank you, somebody with a little common sense on Fox. By the way, Glenn Beck's common sense sucked. Even worse than his show.
I'm not saying that he doesn't like white people.
Really? Because I thought you just called him a racist a minute ago. Did you? I don't remember. Hold on, let's watch the clip again.
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture.
Oh, yeah, you did, because you made the little white culture remark. Oh, well, you know, you're Glenn Beck. You don't need reason or logic. You just need a bunch of fans to support you in your idiotic reasons.
I'm saying he has a problem. This guy is, I believe, a racist.
People watch him. People believe what he says. People do what he says. That is a huge problem. That's a bigger problem than TikTok being the #1 song right now. Glenn Beck is the biggest problem America has right now. He's worse than Rush Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly and Fred Savage all combined into one evil hate baby. I think we need to put an end to Glenn Beck. I don't know. Don't kill him, because then I'll get accused, and that would be bad. Somebody get him off the air, for the love of God. Somebody get him off the air. Let Obama do his job. Glenn Beck, Republicant. Thank you.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show? Yeah.
I didn't say he has a... I don't think he doesn't like white people. Hold on, let me try that one more time. I'm sorry. I just love my country, and I fear for it.